Let's see the fear.
Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine, Rhino!
For the first time in 3 years, we welcome you to TNA Xplosion, and we kick things off here inside the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas with the man-beast Rhino ready for action. I'm Tom Hanif, and she's me, Gia Miller. I am so excited because Xplosion is back.
His opponent from Punjab, India, the Indian Lion, Shera.
And this should be a battle of powerhouses. Shera and Rhino ready to collide here on Xplosion. I talked about some of the events still to come here. Gia Miller goes around the ring with Ace Austin. Also, the Don West, you've got to be kidding me. Trending topics of the week. Still to come this evening, more action. Joe Hendry goes one-on-one with Rich Swann, but first, Shera set to clash with Rhino here on Xplosion.
You called it the Battle of the Powerhouses, but I'd call this the Battle of the Beasts. We've got Shera, the Indian Lion, and, I mean, hello, Rhino. Come on.
I get the alliteration. That makes a ton of sense. Rhino, a surprise appearance at TNA Hard to Kill. Got involved after that matchup between PCO and Dirty Dango. Broke down the involvement of Alpha Bravo, caused a disqualification. Then Rhino came to the ring to back up PCO. And it turned into a 6-man tag team match created by Santino Morella. Jake Something would be introduced. He teamed with Rhino and PCO to take on Dirty Dango, Oleg Prudius, and Alpha Bravo, and Rhino's team got the win.
And I mean, hey, that's exactly why, because who's the man? It's Rhino. Rhino's the man.
And a reminder that for all TNA Plus World Champion annual subscribers and people who ordered TNA Hard to Kill individually on TNA Plus, you can watch back Hard to Kill on demand at any time. Again, head to TNAWrestling.com for more information on TNA Plus, and if you haven't already, sign up and subscribe. You haven't seen anything until you've seen everything. Great response from the fans here in Las Vegas. What a weekend it was altogether in Las Vegas as a part of TNA Hard to Kill, the return of TNA Wrestling.
And it's appropriate that this show is called Xplosion because the crowd here in Las Vegas is just exploding with excitement for the return of TNA.
Oh, and now Rhino takes down Shera, and Shera needs to regroup here early on. Rhino has the advantage.
I got you.
Oh, kick right to the midsection there by Shera.
Rhino, huh?
Oh! And Rhino, those big chops right across the chest of Shera. Power versus power here in this matchup, and Shera will hold himself up against the ropes. Takes a little bit of time here in the impact zone.
And Rhino is right after him.
But Shera a little bit too concerned with the fans here in Sin City, and Rhino wants to fight. Face first into the apron, and Rhino's feeling it. Look at the chest of Shera.
Oh, word.
Oh.
Goodness, just strawberry colored.
Oh, and the left arm of of Rhino into the post. Shera able to avoid it. He rolls back inside the ring to avoid breaking the 10 count, resets the count, and now goes after the War Machine Rhino. Oh! Shot right to the midsection there by Rhino. That left arm went into the steel post. Oh, but he's flattened there by Shera. The big boot by the Indian Lion. Can the Man Beast get back into it? Shera in control against Rhino on Xplosion. And we are back here on Xplosion inside the Palms in Las Vegas, Nevada, the site of TNA Hard to Kill very recently. What a weekend it was. And we're rounding things out here with Xplosion returning for the first time since 2021.
There is so many returns we've seen. I mean, we've seen new faces, we've seen old faces, we've seen the return of the tunnel. I love the tunnel, Tom.
Scott D'Amore did say back in October that we would have tunnel vision, so I'm very excited to see that come to fruition.
Interesting.
Right now, it's been all about Shera in control of the Man Beast Rhino. Still to come tonight, more action. We'll see Joe Hendry, the longest reigning digital media champion of all time, once upon a time, go up against Rich Swann, a former TNA world champion.
Man, I can't ignore the damage that Shera has taken. I mean, you can still see it all over his chest. I mean, he might be on top right now, but he needs to be careful because if the Man Beast gets back on top, I know the damage is going to be much worse.
And Shera emphatically crushes Rhino there in the corner. Hook to the leg. Rhino able to kick out. Remember before the break, Rhino, that left arm went into the steel post trying to do damage against Shera. And that's what turned the table. That's how Shera was able to get into this match, get back into this match.
Yeah, it was those repeated strikes. Whenever you're able to see just a little bit of an opportunity, and Shera saw it.
Look at Rhino, big shots to the head of Shera, trying to fight back up to his feet. Oh, and that one went right to the eye, I believe, and Shera takes control again. There's a cover, trying to get the victory here in a kick out. Don't forget, for the first time in 2 years, this company will be returning to New Orleans Friday, February 23rd. TNA Wrestling will be live on TNA Plus for the 17th No Surrender event, Saturday, February 24th. It's Bayou Blast. We're going to be back in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and St. Clair College for TNA Sacrifice, live on TNA Plus, Friday, March 8th, and Saturday, March 9th. TNA Wrestling presents Impact. Tickets are on sale now via TNAWrestling.com.
Man, I'm excited to go back to the Bayou, and we're going during Mardi Gras. You gonna get you some beads, Tom?
I'm gonna get a lot of beads.
I believe it.
From the second rope, Shera, oh, stopped with the boot there by Rhino. The savvy veteran Rhino prepared there to counter. Now Shera bursts out of the corner, Rhino with a big right hand. Oh, and Shera able to turn things around with that clothesline. Here's the cover, hook to the leg, and another kick out by Rhino. And I'm a little bit biased, Gia, but I'm excited for our return to Philadelphia. The legendary 2300 Arena. TNA Wrestling presents Impact Friday, March 22nd and Saturday the 23rd. Those tickets are on sale now via TNAWrestling.com.
I hear they got a good cheesesteak.
Wonderful cheesesteaks at Jim's on South. It did burn down, but they're supposed to be building it back. Go to Reading Terminal Market if you want a good one. Shera doubling over Rhino.
Man, and it takes a lot to get Rhino in that position in the first place.
Now look at this bear hug here by Shera.
I'd call it a lion hug.
Thank you very much. Trying to take away the wind of Rhino. Again, these two powerhouses, it's so much force behind every single thing that they do. And look at this, Rhino looked like for a moment he could be fading.
I'm just surprised that Shera can even wrap his arms all the way around the body of Rhino. I mean, that's
whoa,
a
wait
big
a minute.
man.
The referee is checking on Rhino here. The hand went down twice. If it goes down a third time, that could be the end of the match. Wait a minute, there's Rhino. Look at the eyes of Rhino. Into the ropes. Oh, and a big shot there by Rhino. And now Rhino, back elbow there, able to level Shera. Short range spear right to the midsection. Shera trying to weather the storm here from Rhino, rushes into the corner once again. This time it backfires. Uh-oh. Could it be time, Gia? Cover! Rhino beats Shera.
Here's your winner, the War Machine, Rhino!
Rhino wins the first match on Xplosion in 3 years. So much more to come tonight on TNA Xplosion. And now on TNA Xplosion, it's time for the Don West You've Got to Be Kidding Me 5 trending topics of the week in honor of the late great TNA Hall of Famer Don West. Right now, let's look at number 5. We kicked off the new era of TNA on the Countdown to Hard to Kill live exclusively for TNA Plus subscribers with a battle between 2 former TNA World Champions. Steve Macklin and Rich Swann went to war in Las Vegas. Ultimately, Steve Macklin won the first match of the new TNA era. Number 4, the System revealing itself to the world, also on the Countdown to Hard to Kill. Brian Myers, Eddie and Alicia Edwards, and Moose, as well as former NFL All-Pro and Carolina Panthers star D'Angelo Williams that night in Las Vegas. But nonetheless, Myers, Moose, Eddie and Alicia Edwards make up the System. That was announced on the Countdown to Hard to Kill. Meanwhile, Hard to Kill itself kicked off with the second ever Knockouts Ultimate X match. That was won by the quintessential diva Giselle Shaw, who now has a future guaranteed Knockouts World title shot. TNA Hall of Famer Gail Kim was lauding the effort of Giselle Shaw for doing it on her own at Hard to Kill and without the Chantarage. Number 2, also on the Countdown to Hard to Kill, we saw the TNA Digital Media Championship defended in a no disqualifications match. Tommy Dreamer putting his title on the line against Crazy Steve, but it was TNA's Angel of Death, Crazy Steve, who walked out of the Palms in Vegas with the TNA Digital Media title. And finally, number 1, a milestone moment in the 22-year history of TNA wrestling. Nick Nemeth stunning us all, surprising the brand new TNA World Champion Moose at the conclusion of Hard to Kill. Nick Nemeth is officially in TNA. What a moment we saw at Hard to Kill. Going for a second Phoenix Splash, crashed and burned. Alexander again to the ankle lock.
Sees the rubble and grasps the hold. The ankle lock that he's been going to time and time again is locked in center of the ring.
Two-man molded by heartbreak. Who has it in him tonight and no surrender? Alexander grapevining the leg.
Nowhere to go for the challenger. He has to drag the body weight of 2 men to the ropes to break it. Can he get it done?
Alexander has control, but Swann getting up to 1 leg. And look at Swann. Swann refusing to quit.
Oh, but so does Alexander. The same resolve burns inside the heart of the walking weapon.
Alexander holds on to the ankle lock, and now Swann is knocked the headgear clean off.
And that's one way to break the ankle lock. Most people you see desperately try to get to that rope. Swann found his way to his feet and just clubbed the world champion until he let go.
And now Alexander has got to regroup, clutching at his left ear after that strike. It's entirely possible his equilibrium's been thrown off after that palm strike. You saw the way that Swann applied it.
Just driving straight through the head of Alexander. Rich Swann, still on his knees here. How much damage was done to his ankle? Oh, God. Look at the walking weapon.
Oh, these two men have brought this out of each other. Raw intensity between Alexander and Swann.
Everything on the line for these two. Pushing each other to limits.
Now both men off the ropes. Alexander went for the clothesline. Thinking about the cutter, and he got it. Swann got it. Swann got it. Does he have the title? No.
Closer and closer Rich Swann gets.
Oh, what a kick. And going for another cutter. Going for another cutter. Oh, this time caught.
Wait.
Oh, pile driver. Pile driver.
And now to be outdone. Looking to lock it in. One more time. The C4 spike.
Cover on Swann. Alexander has it in him to beat Rich Swann. Still to come, it's Joe Hendry going one-on-one with Rich Swann in our Xplosion main event. But up next, it's Around the Ring with Gia Miller featuring TNA World Tag Team Champion Ace Austin. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for Around the Ring with Gia Miller.
What's up, Impact Wrestling fans? I'm Gia Miller, and this is Around the Ring. I'm currently joined by, one half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions, one half of the ABC. It's Ace Austin. Ace, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a little bit different. I know you do a lot of interviews,
Sure.
especially here with me.
Sure.
And about wrestling, but this isn't gonna be about wrestling. We know that you're an incredible performer in the ring.
Okay.
We wanna know you outside of the ring. So I'm gonna throw some questions at you, answer honestly, and as much as you wanna say.
Okay.
Do you wanna do this?
Let's give it a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna start hot. I wanna know, Ace Austin, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. Well, look, I don't want to get too dark, but I think my biggest fear is being paralyzed, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the scariest thing I could imagine, is not being able to control my body. I've worked really hard for many years to have total control over my body, so that terrifies me.
Yeah, and I think that would be terrifying for all of the Impact fans to not be able to see you compete inside that ring. But next, I want to know, what was your favorite subject in school? If you had one.
Well, I can't say gym, because that would be kind of a cop-out. My least favorite was definitely math. I'd probably put English at the top of my list.
Okay.
I always connected really well with my English teachers. I always really enjoyed the subjects more. I really enjoyed poetry and things of that nature.
Ooh.
So yeah, I have to say English.
Poetry, a little poetry. Do you think
little
you could?
poetry.
Could you write a poem about your favorite interviewer?
I think I could probably cook a little something up.
All right, well then let's hear it.
Oh, I'm not talking about right now, but I'd have to consult my book, because maybe there's one already written.
Well, it's nice to know. Nice to know. I think we're getting to know a kind of a softer side of you, Ace Austin. You're not all grit.
No.
You're not all hard shelled like you like to present. I think you have a really soft spot.
Okay.
I think you have a soft spot for a certain animal.
Okay.
I need to know what your favorite animal is and why. Don't just tell me a dog or a cat because you like them. Give me a real answer.
A real animal. Well, monkeys, I think. I'm not gonna say I have like a specific favorite type of monkey, but I've always dreamt of owning a monkey that I could put little costumes on and that could carry around on my shoulder. I think that'd be really cool.
Wait, okay. So would the monkey go to the ring with you?
The monkey could go to the ring with me. I don't see why not.
So you want a pet monkey?
I would love a pet monkey. That'd be really cool.
Are you prepared to deal with that?
Probably not, especially with the amount that I travel and the amount that my job demands of me. I probably would not be able to properly take care of a monkey, but maybe one day.
Well, it's an aspiration to aspire to, but if anybody has a monkey and wants to be their handler, hit up Ace Austin, I guess. So monkeys.
Monkeys.
I can see some similarities there. You tend to swing around a whole
A little
awful
bit,
lot.
a little bit. I like anything in sight that is climbable.
I noticed
I'm interested.
when you walk into arenas, you immediately look up.
I have to look
You
around.
start looking at where you can climb onto.
What's the, where's my perch?
All right. We're getting too into wrestling.
Okay,
This is
all
not
right,
what this
all
is
right, dial
about.
it back,
This
reel
is
it back.
not what this is about. I need to know, what's your favorite food? What fuels this body?
Well,
Other than donuts. We see that all over your Instagram.
yeah, look. The thing is, donuts are probably my favorite delicacy, my favorite indulgent treat. It's got to be donuts. But if we're talking about good, wholesome food, I think my favorite go-to is ground turkey. I think ground turkey is very versatile. You can put ground turkey in anything. You can season it any way. And I like lean ground turkey. It's much better for you than most others. So yeah, any kind of versatile dish with some ground turkey, I'd probably do. But if we're talking just like a stereotypical food, probably tacos. I love some tacos.
Okay, all right, because you were boring me to death.
I'm sorry. Look, you can use the ground turkey for tacos and it's delicious. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, tacos is a good answer.
Sure.
It's a good answer. What do you put on your tacos? What
I'm
goes
not,
on top?
Not a sour cream guy personally, because I'm a low-calorie, healthy food guy. But you can make some delicious sour creamish type thing with some Greek yogurt. But look, we're not going to get into that. Yeah, no, I like lettuce. I like some cheese. I like some black beans. I like some rice.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
Well, so what we've learned about Ace Austin today is he wants a monkey. He hates school. He really likes to move his body.
Yes.
And he likes tacos.
I like tacos and donuts.
And donuts, yes, we know that. Well, there's a lot of depth to this character. I think we're gonna have you back. I think
We should do this again
we're
sometime.
gonna have some more questions for you, and I'm looking forward to hearing that poem later on. So
Maybe next time.
Yeah. The pressure's on. Everybody tweet Ace Austin about this poem that he needs to write about Gia Miller, and I can't wait to hear it. But regardless, you've been a wonderful guest. Is there anything you want to say to the fans at home?
How about something very simple? You guys know the alphabet, right? You know the alphabet, right?
I do.
Yeah, how's it go? It goes A, B, C, and that's as easy as 1, 2. Sweet.
Well, wonderful parting words. Thank you so much, Ace Austin. Again, one half of the ABC, one half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions. It's been a pleasure to have you, and I can't wait to see what goes down tonight.
Thank you.
Up next, it's the motivational one, Joe Hendry, battling all night Rich Swann in our Xplosion main event. That's next. Welcome back to Xplosion. In a matter of moments, it'll be Rich Swann versus Joe Hendry. But right now, we want to take a look back at the historic moment on Impact. We heard from Nick Nemeth for the first time in the Impact Zone.
Please welcome to the Impact Zone. He's the most wanted man, Nick Nemeth.
At TNA Hard to Kill, it was a moment we will never forget. A moment that is burned into the memory of TNA. Nick Nemeth crossed the line, surprised us all, and made his presence felt in TNA Wrestling.
This is my day one. This is my first day right here, right now, doing it all over again. It starts here right now, but this time, I earn it all the way to the top. I promise I will do it again. I've done it in the past and I will never stop. But this time is the first time in my life that I do it as Nick Nemeth.
Aren't you the guy that said to everybody how much you give to this business? That you give that you give, that you give, that you give, that you give, that you give so damn much this because you love it. And that's all you did, though. You just gave. You never took it. And that's what your intentions are. You're here to take, Nick.
Wait a second.
No, damn it! I said it's my turn to talk. You are here to suck the blood out of TNA and use this place and go on to somewhere else. But I'm not gonna let that happen, Nick. This is my sandbox. This is my area of operations, my AO. No one's gonna remember the name Nick Nemeth. All they're ever gonna ask is whatever the hell happened to Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, now Macklin went after Daniels, caught in the danger zone.
A heated way to kick things off here in TNA for the wanted man, Nick Nemeth.
Nick Nemeth has stepped into a brand new world, but I guarantee you, he's not intimidated and he's not scared of Steve Macklin. Back here inside the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada, we're set for more action on Xplosion.
The following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Baltimore, Maryland, Rich Swann.
Rich Swann back in action. We saw him on the Countdown to Hard to Kill, the special 1 hour Countdown to Hard to Kill, which was live exclusively for TNA Plus subscribers. You've got to take advantage of TNA Plus immediately. We saw Rich Swann battle Steve Macklin in the very first match of the new TNA era.
If that's exactly right, and there was so much more that you need to see if you want to know everything that's going down. And this is a really important time here in TNA. I mean, we're kicking it all off, so you're not going to want to miss a moment of it.
I really liked what Rich Swann wore at the Countdown to Hard to Kill. Did you steal his outfit? Is that what this jumpsuit is? Did you repurpose it? Speaking of the Countdown to Hard to Kill, that was when we saw TJ Hookid and AJ Francis buy airtime to debut the music video for We Outside, their new music video. And well, Joe Hendry took it upon himself, thankfully, to interrupt AJ Francis and introduce his own music video, and he dubbed AJ Francis the Cheez-It Champion.
Well, was he wrong?
No, he was not. I was very grateful to see Joe Hendry do that, because in commentary circles in pro wrestling, not many of us are fans of AJ Francis. Let me be blunt.
I think I'm joining that circle. I'm a huge fan.
We're here in Vegas, and everyone is on a roll. Because Hard to Kill was the jackpot for TNA. But not everyone's been having good luck. Some people have been having bad luck. DJ Who Kid? Well, he was bankrupted by Joe Hendry last week. But then there's AJ Francis. Well, unfortunately for AJ, I'm here for only 2 reasons. To kick ass and to eat Cheez-Its. I know you do. But I'm here to kick ass and eat Cheez-Its, but I'm all out of Cheez-Its. But what we do have is a room full of people chanting, "We believe." And what they believe in is 252 pounds of pure motivation. The answer to all life's problems. They believe in Joe Hendry.
Hendry versus Swann next on Xplosion. And we are back here in Las Vegas, set for action here on Xplosion. This is Rich Swann up against Joe Hendry. Rich Swann and Joe Hendry. A nice sign of respect there. Good things started here. Those two both had eventful nights, I guess you could call it, on the countdown to Hard to Kill.
Oh, they certainly had eventful nights, not just on the countdown to Hard to Kill. I have eyes everywhere, Tom. And I do have to say that Joe Hendry was seen on a party bus acting an absolute fool.
Interesting. Can you explain?
He was partying it up. He was dancing. He was singing. I mean, just like he always does. But with a new little Vegas flair to it.
Little fireman's carry there, controlling Rich Swann, considering how the countdown to Hard to Kill went for Joe Hendry. Obviously, we talked about it before the break. He interrupted AJ Francis and called him the Cheez-It champion. AJ Francis, thanks to DJ Who Kid smashing a laptop into the spine of Joe Hendry. That allowed AJ Francis to just nail Joe Hendry with a colossal choke slam. So some insult to injury there.
Yes.
But it's good to see that Joe Hendry knows he's living rent-free in Francis's head.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. I mean, he knows that they can't ruin his night. You can't ruin Joe Hendry's night. He said it. 250 pounds of motivation.
252 pounds
excuse me.
of pure motivation. You've got to get the weight right.
Right.
Now, Rich Swann calls himself All Night Rich Swann. Speaking of that party. Oh, down goes Swann. Swann came up short against Steve Macklin in the countdown to Hard to Kill, a battle of 2 former TNA World Champions.
And Rich Swann may have also been on said party bus.
And Hendry is taking it to Swann. And now look at this raw power from the former digital media champion, the longest reigning digital media champion of all time. Stalling suplex there, Hendry. There's the cover to the leg and a kick out there by Swann. We saw in TNA Impact how the likes of Joe Hendry and AJ Francis have been oil and water, so to speak, and AJ Francis trying to get into the head of Rich Swann. Trying to get Rich Swann to see things his way.
And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, why would you come in and try to influence someone like Rich Swann? He doesn't need help from DJ Who Kid?
DJ Who Kid and AJ Francis. Now Hendry, just using his power here, throwing around Rich Swann. Now Rich Swann going to have to get himself back into this matchup. He's taken a beating here the last few minutes from Joe Hendry, who's waiting for him in the ring.
Joe Hendry talked about the good luck, bad luck, and unfortunately, Rich Swann is having a little bit of bad luck, it seems.
There's a cover, hook to the leg by Hendry and a kick out off the power slam. And now Hendry just slowing down this matchup, controlling the former world champion.
Well, we know that Rich Swann has speed on his side. I mean, this was a smart move by Joe Hendry. Take that speed, that movement away from Rich Swann, and you might have a chance.
Hendry's brought Swann down to the canvas, really controlling this matchup. Hendry obviously feeling motivated, coming off of TNA Hard to Kill. Frankly, the entire roster is, the staff, the crew, everybody. What went down at TNA Hard to Kill really was a mile marker, a milestone moment in the history of the company. Oh, sunset flip, shoulders down here on Hendry and a kick out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, beautiful side slam there. There's the cover. Kick out by Swann. And Hendry has really dominated the bulk of this match, G.
He really has. I just feel a lot of sympathy for Rich Swann. I mean, you can see the pain in his face. And you don't want to see it happen to somebody as wonderful as Swann, but he's not out of it yet.
Boot right to the face there by Swann. Oh, down goes Hendry. He was feeling confident there. Oh, and he gets leveled by Swann.
He's always got a couple tricks in the bag.
That trademark resilience of Rich Swann. So difficult to put away.
I mean, he's the definition of hard to kill.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hendry, I think he was thinking about the power bomb there, and he gets launched outside of the ring there by Swann.
Dangerous place for him to be underneath Swann.
Swann, oh, and Swann went down hard, slipped off of the apron. He's grabbing at his knee. Oh, and a big right hand. And it looked like Rich did tweak his knee on the way down. Maybe he was playing possum a little bit to try and get Hendry, but he's definitely hurting.
He's still favoring that knee a bit.
Into the corner, and hit with a cutter there by Hendry. Big shot there in the corner by Hendry. Sending Swann across the ring. Swann grabbing at the left knee. Certainly in pain, trying to shake some life into it. Going to the second rope. Gotta be careful here. Oh, and he's caught in midair.
Just that split-second hesitation from that knee makes all the difference.
Beautiful fallaway slam there by Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry's got the fans behind him here in Las Vegas. Can he put away Rich Swann here on Xplosion? Oh! Super kick with the good leg, planting on the left leg and a cutter. Swann going for broke here, trying to put away Hendry. Desperation moment here for Rich Swann with the injured knee.
And when Rich Swann is desperate, that's when you really need to be worried. He has this other level to him that he can just tap into. It's more than adrenaline. It's otherworldly.
Triple Crown champion here in TNA, now going to the top rope, trying to put away Joe Hendry.
But I'm worried about the knee, Tom.
Oh, and the knee did give out. The knee went out again.
Do I need to run this match?
No. And the referee doing her job there, asking Swann if he wants to continue. Oh, and there's Hendry. Hendry continues to fight. Swann said he could continue. Look out! Oh, and down goes Swann. Standing ovation from Joe Hendry.
Here's your winner, Joe Hendry.
Take a look back here at the conclusion of this matchup. This was a bit of a scary situation overall for Rich Swann. Hendry gets the win, but take it back here. Rich Swann had tweaked his knee earlier on in the matchup. He went up to the top turnbuckle there thinking about something big. He just couldn't stay up there, and in the end, it was Joe Hendry planting him in the center of the ring.
Yeah, a great victory for Joe Hendry, but it was bittersweet because it's just painful to watch Rich Swann go through something like this.
Nonetheless, Hendry, your winner tonight on Xplosion.